Hi, my name is Eric Olson. I'm going to talk a little bit about reverse mortgages. I'm the director of HELPS. We educate seniors on how they can maintain their financial independence, and that's what this video is about. Been an attorney for 40 years. I know quite a bit about reverse mortgages. I don't sell reverse mortgages. I don't profit from them in any way. But I know that there's a lot of misinformation about reverse mortgage, and there's a lot of bad things written about them that is totally, completely incorrect. And I'll explain real quickly what those are and why that is. A reverse mortgage can be a godsend for a senior that qualifies, and I'll explain why. A lot of seniors have a home with significant equity, but yet they've got a house payment that's fairly significant, and it takes a good part of their income away, and so they don't have enough money to live a decent type of life and hardly pay for their basic needs because they've got such a big house payment. Well, what a reverse mortgage does, if you have enough equity, it'll pay off your first mortgage and allows you to stay in your home till the day you die. And the way things work nowadays, both the husband and wife are part of a reverse mortgage. So if the home is in the husband's name and he predeceases the wife can still live in the home until she dies. That their death, their kids have about a year to sell the home or pay the loan off. If there's not enough money to pay it off or sell it, the kids aren't responsible for it. The senior in the reverse mortgage has control of the home during their life. They can sell a home if they want, or they're not. The bank doesn't own the home. The only requirement normally is that the senior has to maintain the property taxes on the home. You have to have a certain amount of equity in the home to qualify a reverse mortgage. You have to have a certain age. You have to be at least 62. One of the parties has to, the husband or wife. And the equity has to be at least 55%. So if you got a home that's worth $100,000 and you owe $40,000, then you have a $60,000 equity. That's more than 55% of the equity in the home, and you qualify to get it. You would be able to get a reverse mortgage. The way it works is you have to go through an application process. You don't have to pay any money up front. You have to do a counseling class over the phone and fill out some documents. Your credit doesn't have to be perfect, although if you've had bad credit, under the new regulations, you may be required to have a set aside for your property taxes, whereas before you didn't have to have that. So you have to have enough equity to pay the property taxes out of the reverse mortgage during your lifetime, your projected lifetime. So if you're 75 and you're got a 15-year life expectancy, and your property taxes are $1,000, they would reverse mortgage would set aside $15,000 out of the reverse mortgage to be able to pay future property taxes. But the advantage to you is you don't have to worry about property taxes are going to be paid by the reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage never runs out of money. If you go beyond the time limit as far as you living, you still live in the home, they still pay the property taxes. So you don't need to worry about that. There's a lot of misinformation written about reverse mortgages, and that's based on what happened 15, 20, 30 years ago. Things have been really tightened up on reverse mortgages so that there isn't a problem for people like there may have been in the past. There's a lot more information on our website about reverse mortgages and how they work. And you can always call and talk to us. We'll explain them to our clients or other persons if they want to know. But if you're a senior and you've got a large equity in your home and your income isn't that great, or if you've got some income but your house payment takes away a lot of your income, a reverse mortgage could change your world. About the only one that gets hurt by a reverse mortgage is your heirs, your kids, because obviously if you lived off of some of the equity through a reverse mortgage during your lifetime, there might be less money when your home gets sold after your death to pay your kids. And some seniors are worried about that. They say, well, I want to leave money to my kids. And I'll say, well, that's fine, but I think your kids care more about you having enough money to live during your lifetime than their inheritance. At least I'm pretty sure that's what they would think. Okay? Another thing to think about is over half seniors, when they pass away under the poverty line. They have to get on Medicaid in a nursing home, and if they've had a big equity in the home, that equity could be eaten up real fast to pay for their nursing home payment or whatever at their, before they pass on. And so, if they've done everything they can to maintain the equity in the home and kept that making that payment, all that means is the government's going to get more of the money, and the senior, would have lived a really destitute life for their last years in order for the government to get money. Whereas if they had a reverse mortgage, you've had a little bit more peaceful living during your life. Well, again, there's a lot more on our website about reverse mortgages. I get on the internet, I get frustrated with articles I read about reverse mortgages by so-called persons, but a lot of them just simply, they're lazy or they don't know what they're talking about. In fact, if you Google reverse mortgages and start looking at the comments, you'll probably find comments from Eric Olson from HELPS criticizing the author by not giving the complete story about reverse mortgages. So I urge you to learn more, and if you've got other debt issues, you can always call us. That's what we're here for. We protect seniors from collector harassment, and you have a great day.